Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome in if this is your first time being here. This is Empowered Gems Tarot. My name is Melissa. This channel used to be called Tarot by Melissa, so if you've been looking for me under that name, then you're in the right place. Today's reading is going to be answering the question, why do you trigger this person on your mind? So the reading is really intended for anyone out there who is dealing with a connection, whether it be romantic, platonic, family, whatever, coworker, dealing with a connection with someone who you know is triggered by you or maybe acting a little bit weird toward you. Like you can just feel that there is some sort of underlying tension or issue within the situation. And you're coming into this reading to get some insight into why they might be acting the way that they're acting. So today we're going to get a look into what it is about your energy as the viewer that is triggering this person and why, and hopefully get you the insight that you need to be able to move forward with more clarity. Remember that this is a general collective reading on YouTube, so the messages may vary with how specifically they will resonate with each individual viewer out there. So just keep in mind that if something that you're hearing in this reading doesn't resonate with your situation, those are simply indications that it's not the message for you and it's meant for someone else out there viewing in the collective. So just release it, let it go, respect the messages are for someone else. And if you guys did want to book a personal reading with me, which will help get you more personalized guidance on your own personal situation, the link to my website is in the description box down below. All right, so with that being said, let's go ahead and select your reading. We've got a choice between 3 readings for today. If you're drawn to reading 1, we're working with the 90s tarot deck and this little piece of garnet. If you're drawn to reading number 2, we'll be working with the Yuletide tarot deck and this pyrite crystal. And if you're drawn to reading number 3, we are working with the Field Tarot and this Sacred Geometry Quartz Crystal. So I want you guys to take a deep breath. Think about your person and what it is that might be triggering them. Go ahead and select the deck or crystal that you're feeling the most intuitively connected to. Once you've made your choice, you can scroll down to the description box below to locate the timestamp. That will skip you ahead to your chosen reading. See you there. Hey group 1, and welcome to your reading. If you guys selected the 90s tarot and this piece of garnet, this is going to be your message. And today we're looking into what it is about your energy that is triggering the person on your mind. So let's go ahead and start with a couple of oracle cards just to kind of get a sense of what the issue might be for them. So we start off here with the energy of the gardener. And then we also have free expression in reverse. So what is the problem for them? What's triggering them? So I think a part of what it is that triggers this person is it's something to do with the way you guys show up, the way that you work, the way that you're able to be diligent and patient in allowing things to grow and come to fruition in your life. So the gardener in particular is a card that talks of the gardener being in tune with the seasons and understanding like what care and nurturing the plants and seeds need in order to thrive in a given season. And so I feel like this person kind of sees you as being like quietly but highly attuned to what is needed with regard to the work that you do, the way you show up, your creative expression. And I feel like you guys do very much kind of do this with your head down. Like maybe you guys don't really do a lot of like talking about what you're doing, or maybe you've never shared with this person how you're so successful and attuned to these things. Because from their perspective, I feel like they just see all of this abundance. Like you have a metaphorical green thumb to them, and you're just so good at what you do without really having to say and do a lot from their perspective. But I don't think this person fully knows all of the work that you've done leading up to this point to be able to cultivate the way that you do. I also think for some of you guys, if you are a woman, identify as a woman, or embody a more feminine energy, there is something about that I think is very difficult for this person, especially if you are successful. And I hate saying that, but it's kind of the vibe that I'm getting. There's all these different like feminine energies that I'm seeing popping in throughout this image here. So I feel like there's something about that kind of is off-putting to this person, or maybe intimidates them a little bit for whatever reason. I'm kind of getting a little bit of a shame energy from this. Like maybe this is coming from inner child. It could, but it also could be that this person feels kind of shame that they even feel this way about you. Because I do think that there is a part of them that really admires what you do and how you present yourself. But there's something about the way that you come across with this like quiet confidence, and you're just so abundant to them, that makes them feel ashamed of like what they perceive they lack. You know what I mean? So let's keep going with the tarot. We're going to pull this card in a moment. What else can you tell us, please, Spirit, about why this person is triggered by my group 1 viewers? Why are they triggered? There's definitely like a sense of them feeling ashamed of expressing who they are, or maybe even like expressing vulnerability to you. Because if I look at this card, you see that they're looking in the mirror and they're crying as they view their nude body. And metaphorically, to be nude is to be at your most vulnerable and exposed. Whereas like you guys, I feel whatever you create, whatever you do, whatever the context is in which you interact with this person, you notice how all of the feminine energies here are nude in this garden, but they're like out and they're proud and they're like, you know, just showing their value and their beauty without feeling ashamed. And I feel like this person, I don't want to say they envy, but I feel like they do kind of envy that. Like they have a hard time being as open and vulnerable as what they feel you are so effortlessly here. Okay. So let's see. Why are they triggered, group 1? Why is this person triggered, Spirit, by my group 1 viewers? We have the 9 of Cups. Yeah, it's like they see you as someone who just gets whatever you want. That you have all these beautiful things. You have everything you need. I feel like they don't see the hard work that goes into what you do. I think they think it almost like the 9 of Cups is an energy of getting all of our wishes fulfilled. But it can also be an energy where maybe like we're a little bit like lazy or complacent because we're just content, like we're happy. You know, there's not like a lot of effort that needs to be put in. And I think that this person might be incorrectly perceiving that you have all of your wishes fulfilled very easily without having to put in a lot of effort. And I think for them, because you're so effortless in expressing who you are and they're not, they don't see that maybe there was a lot of hard work that went into getting where you are today. I don't think they've ever asked you, because I think this person isn't very good with communication and vulnerability through communication. Okay. We also have the 6 of Swords coming through as well. There's some inner child stuff here. Why are they triggered, Spirit, by my group 1 viewers? You guys could be friends or in a group. We have Justice in reverse. And then we also have the Hanged Man. Okay. With the Grinch. Maybe your person is a little grinchy right now. You know what I mean? Like not seeing things clearly. The winter season or like Christmas time could be significant for this person as well, or for this connection, because we're getting a holiday themed movies here coming through. Why are they triggered? I feel like this person is capable of a perspective shift here with this Hanged Man. We think about the Grinch and the story of the Grinch. He was a Grinch, right? He was a troublemaker because his heart was shrunk down, you know, like he wasn't connected to his heart space. And he was surrounded by trash and garbage and very isolated. So this person could be isolating themselves right now. But it shows me that they are able to change perspectives, because you know what ended up happening with the Grinch is like whenever he did what he did and he started connecting with the Who's in Whoville, he learned to feel those feelings and emotions in his heart, and he changed. And I think that's part of the issue here, is that this person's heart feels very icy, but it feels like it's opening to me. Like something about them is softening. You know, I think they're looking at this situation from a different perspective than they have been before. I think they do see that there's something that was unfair here with justice in reverse. The other thing too, when I'm looking at this, is like there's something about getting caught doing something wrong or getting caught doing something bad here, right? Being caught doing something sneaky and being caught by someone unassuming that maybe caught them off guard, right? And I feel like that's your energy here with Home Alone. Like, it almost feels to me like this person wasn't or hasn't been showing up in a balanced way in this connection. They've been avoiding something or been sneaking around in some regard, avoiding things. And you kind of maybe called them out. But it's not like a very blunt call out to me. It's like you just, by showing up and existing in this abundant way that you do, it's kind of calling them out, right? Because of the comparison that might be here that they're drawing in their mind. Okay. All right. So here we have downcast pride. So yeah, I definitely feel like this person is depressed right now. It makes a lot of sense when I see the Grinch energy. You know, there's definitely something here about them not being their best self at this time, being isolated. It's like they're disconnected from their body even right now, you guys. This is sad. I don't know what this person did to you, or if you guys just have like a weird vibe, or I don't know if they did something really bad to you with justice in reverse, or if there's just some sort of weird vibe that's here between you. But it feels like this person may require quite a bit of compassion here, because I think they feel very ashamed of themselves. I think they compare themselves to you a lot. I think they feel ashamed. I think that there is something with the Six of Swords that's pulling up inner child stuff, especially when I look at all these kids together here playing. I feel like I'm gonna cry right now. What is going on with your person? Like, there's something that's really deep that I feel like this person has disassociated themselves from in their life, and something about you is like pulling it back up for them. So let's keep going. Group 1. Why is this person triggered, please, Spirit, by my Group 1 viewers? What's going on here? Yeah, it's like with the Six of Swords, I feel this vibe of them wanting to be friends or wanting to move forward, move on in a happier place with you. And maybe they have pulled back their energy with the Hangman because they needed the time to be able to reflect and allow their heart to sort of open up again. Okay. We have balance. One person is giving too much in this relationship. Exactly. Something was not balanced within this connection with the Justice card in reverse. And this person is, I think, starting to see that. I think that if it was them, I feel like it was them, you guys. The way that they've been showing up historically in this connection is because this is how they view you with the gardener, right? Which is such a beautiful, positive, abundant, and prosperous energy. And I feel like they're in this Grinch energy where they're just like surrounded by metaphorical trash in their life or something. They hold a lot of shame, I think, for the way that they showed up. And they hold a lot of shame with regard to the way they treated you and the way that they lacked balance in this relationship. Why are they triggered by group number 1, please, Spirit? This is sad, you guys. It definitely feels like an inner child thing that could be driving a lot of this. Why is this person triggered, please, Spirit, by group 1. We have defensive. Yeah. See, we have envy here at the bottom of the deck and victimized. So this person, you guys, they definitely envy you. You know, envy is a really complicated emotion because it's this emotion of wanting what someone else has, being envious of what someone else has. And I do feel like this person sees you as someone who just gets everything they want really easily. But what they don't see is that a lot of hard work goes into being the way that you are. It's not like you just woke up one day and you had all of this stuff overnight. We know that to tend to a garden, literally in life, you have to learn how to take care of the plants and flowers that are in there. Like, you can't just have a seed and just expect it to do its own thing. Like, you're going to have to put in effort to create what you're trying to create and so that it can thrive. I think that they don't see all of the hard work that's gone into your state of being currently. And so they get envious. They're like, why does it come so easy for pile 1? They're just able to be themselves so effortlessly, and I'm over here struggling and not able to reciprocate. And I think if you guys did call them out, it puts them on the defensive. And I do think this person might be internally playing the victim a little bit, or feeling like they're the victim a little bit. And if we think of the story of the Grinch, right, he was kind of doing that. You know, especially when we go into like this movie version with Jim Carrey in it. If you remember at the beginning of the movie, they talk about like the history of the Grinch and how he became the way he was. And it was because they pranked him in school. Like, they treated him bad, which again, it goes back to this inner child stuff that I'm getting with your person. Like, maybe this person has been bullied as a kid or had some sort of shameful experience when they tried to express. And that's what happened to the Grinch. Remember, like, he gave that really cute gift to Martha, and even though she kind of liked it, everybody around her was making fun of him for it when he tried to be vulnerable and express himself. And I feel like there's something that this person feels ashamed of with regard to maybe an inner child thing where they tried to be themselves and express themselves, and it was like shut down and their heart was closed off. Or maybe they feel like that's what happened between you and them, potentially. But I definitely feel like this person is in a place where they're kind of depressed. They've pulled back their energy. If you guys called them out, or even if you just showed up better than them without verbally calling them out, I do think that they feel like defensive about that, you know? They feel or felt maybe a little caught off guard here. Okay. So we're going to close it out, group 1, with just some guidance and advice for you with regard to how to move forward with this person. Guidance and advice for group 1 as it pertains to this person. Okay, 2 are coming out. We have consider your foundation. Look at how committed you are to love. And then we also have love is all around you. There's love everywhere all the time. Simply acknowledge this as the truth. I feel like this is more advice for your person, but I digress. I think that Spirit is asking you to think about the foundation on which this connection is built on. And maybe there's a need to kind of rebalance things. I feel like there is a need to rebalance things with this person if you're going to move forward with them in this connection and setting a stronger foundation for how you two are going to treat each other. I also think that Spirit is saying that if things are not going well with this person, there's love all around you, right? So it's like, if this person is not capable, there are other areas where love is finding you at this particular moment in time. We also have the energy here of express love through gifts. A small token of love can convey great appreciation. So that could be something that you do with this person. Maybe like giving them something to show them that you appreciate them. It feels like there's a need for this person. Like, they want to feel acknowledged for what they do. You know what I mean? Yeah. So maybe that's something to consider as well. Gift giving could be this person's love language, or receiving gifts could be their love language. So this is what I'm seeing for you, group one. Comment below, please. Let me know about this person, and I'll see you in the next reading soon. Bye. Hey, group two, and welcome to your reading. If you guys selected the Yuletide Tarot and this pyrite crystal, this will be your message. So we're looking into what it is about your energy that is triggering the person on your mind. So let's go ahead and kick it off by looking into some oracle cards here. So what is it, Spirit, about group two's energy that triggers this person? So we start off with the energy of the silver waterfall. And then we also have the energy of kin. Okay. All right. So, you guys, I feel like this person is maybe triggered by sort of this high vibe energy or high vibe nature that you hold. Now, in life, we're always going to have times where our vibe is low. We're going to have times where our vibe is high, where our energy is a little toxic, or where our energy is great, right? That can fluctuate. But I think there's something about you that does carry like a really positive energy. And I think with the kin card coming up here, there's something about your ability to build relationships or friendships that I feel is significant, right? Like this is saying like this person sees you as having a lot of friends. This person sees you as having a lot of people around you that support you. This card of kin also talks about loyalty, and it also does talk a little bit about the history of the relationships that you have kind of bearing fruit here through positive interactions. So I think there's something here with this person that maybe is a little irritated or agitated by this. But let's dig in a little bit more and see what else we get. So, Spirit, why is group two's person, why is this person triggered by group two, please? Why is this person triggered? Okay, so we do have the death card in reverse coming out of the deck first. Why are they triggered, Spirit, by group two? King of Swords. And then we also have the King of Cups in reverse with the Star card in the reverse. Okay. I feel like there's something from the past that this person could be struggling to let go of. And again, we're talking about like with this card of kin, this can talk about, like I was saying, the history of your connection. So I'm going to pull this up in the guidebook and show you guys. So let's see. You have no doubts or insecurities pertaining to others. Your guards are low now. You feel no need to be cautious. Loyalty is the theme, and here it has stood the test of time. The history between you and your loved one speaks for itself. You're blessed to have so many confidants. Your infrastructure is flawless. You're supported all around. So I think there's just something about the history between you and this person with the death card. This person is struggling to kind of like let that go. I feel like maybe some of you guys with the King of Swords, maybe you had really high standards, because the silver waterfall, it also is a message of protection, right? Like it's about doing everything that you can, it's like you guys keep people around you that raise your vibration, right? That make you feel positive and abundant and that pour into your life, and vice versa. And so this person may perceive you as having high standards. It's possible that you guys cut them off, especially emotionally here with the King of Cups in reverse. The King of Good Cheer, which is kind of interesting, good cheer with these really happy celebratory energies. So there's like this perception of you like cutting them off or being cold to them, detaching from them emotionally. And with the Star card in reverse, I think this person is feeling quite hopeless as it pertains to the future of this connection right now, or disappointed with where things are. Okay, so let's look at this card here. We have Alone in the World. Yeah, it's like they feel abandoned by you, group 2. Or there's just something from the past that is triggering them, from like either the history of your connection, or for some of you, this could, if this is someone that you don't really have a long history with, which I feel like it kind of is for a lot of you guys, but if this is someone newer to your life, I think that it's more about something from their past, maybe a cycle repeating, or something that they haven't fully let go of as it pertains to friendships or support systems. And it's like this person may have a tendency here to kind of self-isolate, or to spend a lot of time alone, or maybe they've had a history themselves of being rejected by groups of people. You know what I mean? And so they maybe feel a little bit safer in the silence than they do being connected to a lot of people, or being like in friendship groups and things like that. Why, Spirit, is this person triggered by group 2? Different pages. Yep. You and this person don't share the same vision. Somebody here, like we have 2 kings, the King of Swords and the King of Cups. Okay. And so there's like kind of a different approach here that I see, which makes sense with the different pages. Someone in this connection has high standards. Someone in this connection might be a little bit more strict. Now, the King of Swords is still somebody who's fair and balanced. And I mean, there's shadow and light to every card, right? But the King of Swords can still be objective and logical and balanced and fair in their assessment things, but it's more a headspace energy. It's a mental energy, and it's a communication energy. Very Mercury. The King of Cups is going to be more of that emotion, right? It's water energy. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. It's here in reverse. So someone here is very logical, maybe higher standards, stricter, right? It's almost like they'd rather be alone than be surrounded by people that don't align with their standards in relationships. Someone else here with the King of Cups in reverse is more emotional, but the King of Cups in reverse is a bit messier. Someone that's not always controlled in their emotions, or even in touch with their emotions and why they're feeling the way that they're feeling, maybe even lacking in emotional intelligence here. So yeah, it's like they see that you guys are just not on the same page with this King of Swords as it pertains to like standards in relationships. And I feel like maybe this person asserted their standards and you cut them off for some of you. Okay. Why are they triggered by group 2, please, Spirit? We have addicted coming through as well. Yeah, so there could also be an issue here with alcoholism with the King of Cups in reverse that is affecting this person as well. Or maybe something with you drinking alcohol. I don't know. I think it could go either way depending on who all's watching this reading, general reading. But yeah, this person, I think there's just something here. There's like some sort of a toxic dynamic or toxic energy as it pertains to emotions that triggers this person or that has bothered this person within this connection. So why are they triggered? Group 2. Something about standards and boundaries, and something about maybe potentially being cut off or them cutting you off. feeling alone, feeling isolated, feeling hopeless for the future. And I do feel for some of you there could be like something with alcohol or addictions coming into play here. So, Spirit, help us understand, please, what advice there is for group 2 as it pertains to moving forward with this person. Advice for group 2, please, Spirit. We have love is all around you. There's love everywhere all the time. Simply acknowledge this as truth. So kind of remembering, like, even if this person has cut you off or you've cut them off, especially like this person is viewing you as having a lot of friends or support. So if that's true for you, group 2, Spirit is kind of saying just to focus on those relationships that do support and pour into you the way you deserve. Okay? We also have patience. Love is patient and kind always. So being patient with this person, I think especially if they're the one that's struggling with addiction, it's okay to set boundaries with them, right? We don't want to enable anything, but remembering to be patient that they're going through this process. Okay. We also have romance. Lavish the one you love with personal attention and affection. So if this is like a romantic partner, Spirit is saying it might be good to, if you want to give them a little bit more romantic attention at this time. That might help. But even if it's not, this is talking about lavishing someone with personal attention and affection. This person, I think, feels like you're very cold to them, group 2. So maybe you have cut them off. Maybe you've set a boundary. Or maybe you simply like detached. I feel like the advice here is around, like, if you do want to engage with this person, they're needing a little bit of showing some love from you. Okay? So this is what I see, group 2. Let me know in the comments what's been happening with your person, and I'll see you in the next reading soon. Bye. Hey, group 3, welcome to your reading. Today we're looking into why it is that your person on your mind may be triggered by you. If you guys selected the clear quartz, sacred geometry crystal, and the field tarot, this is going to be your reading. So let's go ahead, you guys, and jump in. I want to start by looking at some oracle cards to understand what it is that is like triggering your person, and then we'll get into the tarot. Okay, so group 3, what is it about your energy that triggers this person? So we've got life purpose, we have honeymoon, and gilded regret. Wow. Okay, group number 3. This is interesting. So I wouldn't be surprised if this group is asking about a love interest, specifically a former love interest, because to me, this is reading as like the way this person is viewing you is that you are living your purpose right now. Like you are on your path. You may also be in a relationship right now, in a honeymoon phase, either just as yourself, as a single person, or maybe they're seeing you in a honeymoon phase with someone new in your life. And this card is telling me that this person feels a lot of regret. They feel like there was a missed opportunity here when it comes to you. And so I feel like you guys are out here thriving and happy in whatever it is that you're doing. Maybe you're traveling a lot. You're living your purpose. Your heart is open and out there, and you are aligned and on your path. And I feel like this person is really challenged by that. Like they're very challenged by seeing you happy because they feel like they have missed out on something, or they have regret or remorse for the way that they treated you. Okay, so let's see what else comes through. Group number 3. So Spirit, help us understand, why is this person triggered by my group 3 viewers? What is it about group 3's energy that is triggering them? What is it about group 3 that is triggering this person? Please, Spirit. We have the Star in reverse. Okay. The Six of Swords. Ooh, that's so interesting. Okay, especially the key word there, transition. It's like you guys have moved away from this person, or you've moved on, or you're moving through some sort of a change or transition in your life, and this person feels like they're watching you pass them by. Okay. 10 of Wands. We also have the energy of the Hanged Man here. So I feel like this is like a classic case of like separation and time apart has allowed this person to shift their perspective. And I think they're seeing things a lot differently than they did before. I feel like too, with this Five of Cups, they're sad. They're disappointed. They could be grieving the loss of this connection, because with the Princess of Cups, there is something here about you that this person really loves or had a lot of love for. Maybe this was like a newer connection, or a connection that never really got fully developed emotionally, right? And I feel like this person might regret like not investing in things when they had the opportunity to do so with you. There's something here about dreams and life purpose. Like there's something about you, like even if for some of you guys this is not like a romantic partner, a former romantic partner, and you're not in a current romantic relationship, there's something about the way that you are able to like pour into and follow your dreams that I think this person really admires. But again, it's like they feel as though you've left them behind. They have a lot of regrets for the way that things went down in this relationship. So with the Star in reverse, it's like they feel like it's hopeless. Like there's a lack of hope. There's a lack of optimism here with regard to you bringing them along with you, right? It's like there's this series of events that I see here where like there was something that happened. This person saw something. Maybe they saw something on social media. I don't know. Where it was like it just kind of... any hope that they were holding out that things were going to move forward with them was crushed. And now there's like this energy of accepting what is with Gilded Regret and the Transition card, seeing that you're moving on and moving away from them and happy without them. And I think this really weighs down on this person. There could have been something here too with the Ten of Wands about like maybe this person wasn't showing up well for you because they had a lot of burden and stress going on in their own life. There could also be an energy of them just feeling very weighed down and burdened, or just feeling like it's going to be a lot of work to be able to get things back on track with you. Okay. They're not feeling super hopeful about this. Why are they triggered, Spirit, by group 3? Why is this person triggered by group number 3? I will say the Ten of Wands, I'm feeling guided to tell you guys this, even though it has nothing to do really with the reading. For me, this also is the gym card. It's like weightlifting. So if that is something that is significant to this connection, then I think that maybe that's confirmation that this is your message. Okay. All right. We have marriage. This relationship is moving toward a sacred union. Maybe you and this person used to be married. Maybe you guys used to... It just feels with honeymoon and marriage like there's something here about you guys like being in a committed relationship, or you used to be in a committed relationship. Something about commitment was very significant, or is very significant to why this person was triggered. I will say this, group 3, before I pull any more cards. Like, I do feel like this person was in your life for a reason with the life purpose card and the honeymoon. Like, even though there's a lot of regret here, and it does seem like you guys have potentially with the Six of Swords, like moved away from each other, or taken some time apart temporarily, like something about this connection was meant to awaken your heart space and propel you forward on your own purpose, and them as well. Let's keep going. Spirit, help us understand, please, why this person, what is it about group three's energy that triggers this person? What is it about group three's energy that triggers this person? We have free. Wow. You're free of this burden now. This bothers them. We also have nurtured here as well. So listen, you guys, kind of like what I was saying at the very beginning of this message, like this person kind of sees you as like out and thriving and living your purpose and really like free of burdens and living your best life right now. And I think that they see you as someone who was very nurturing, very caring, very loving in their life. And it's like, there's so many regrets that they have because it's like they don't feel like they really maybe appreciated it when they had it. And I think if you guys have been taking some time apart, this person has been processing through everything and they are kind of seeing things from a new and different perspective. Like maybe they feel like they were too burdened or bogged down to be able to receive your love, or maybe they feel like maybe they felt like they had to work for your love for some of you guys. Like this energy of being free, clarifying the 10 of Wands is kind of interesting because it's like the 10 of Wands is not an energy of being free. It is like the card says, it's an energy of burden and a lot on your shoulders. So it's making me feel like maybe one person in this connection felt like they were bearing the burden or doing all of the work when you guys were together. And it's very triggering for whoever that was to see the other person just being so carefree now. You know? This is so interesting, you guys. It definitely feels like this is someone most of you have had some sort of a serious history with the marriage card being here. Where either you were married or it had potential for that. Especially with honeymoon being there. I feel like for a lot of you, if this was a love interest, this was a person that at one point you felt like really like you loved this person, you know? So let's see what else Spirit wants you to know about this connection as we close out your reading, group 3. We have Union of Hearts. A love connection defies explanation. We also have physical touch. A tender touch can mean so much. Yeah, this feels very sweet and loving, you guys. Let's see. We also have back to what you love, reevaluate your desires. So I think that there's something here, maybe like about Spirit is saying this was a very beautiful, powerful connection, or is, if you guys are still with this person. For a lot of you, it almost feels like you're not with them anymore. But maybe some of you are still trying to work things out with them. If you're in that boat where you are still working things out with this person, I think that Spirit is reassuring you that this is a very special connection. And maybe physical touch is the issue that needs to be worked through here. Maybe if you're not with them, this was the issue. Something about intimacy and physical touch and showing love through touch. But this card is really interesting where it's talking about being back to what you love, because it is showing like a very free energy, kind of like these cards here, being free of burdens. So I think for a lot of my group 3 viewers, what Spirit is leaving you with in terms of advice is like, think about what you want out of life and love at this point, especially with the life purpose card coming up. This is an energy of being aligned with something higher, something bigger, right? Being guided in a specific direction that's truly aligned with who you are most authentically as a person, right? And so I think that is where Spirit is asking you to reevaluate where you want to go. I think a lot of you guys, from this other person's perspective, are in alignment with that. But if you aren't sure, Spirit is saying it's time to reevaluate your desires at this time. Is it to be with this person? Is it to do something else and be free? There's something here that needs to be reassessed as it pertains to this connection. And it's bigger than just the connection. It's something to do with life and your overall goals in general, group 3. So this is what I'm seeing for you. Please comment below and let me know all about your person. And I'll see you guys in the next reading soon. Bye.